Hello and welcome to Redefining the Significance of You Time for you, by you, because of you. My name is Denise Drinkwalter, and I am a midlife renewal coach supporting women worldwide to lean into and realize the importance of you. This channel aims to provide you, the viewer, with some takeaways that will help you shift, change, reevaluate, and or even become more aware of what is truly possible. We have a variety of incredible guests that share their life experiences that have helped them become the amazing human beings they are today. Every one of us has had that infamous free time sometime in our lives, and we frequently feel guilty, embarrassed, and or wrong for taking out time for ourselves. Well, we are here to change that and support you to see what is possible when you take time for you, by you, because of you. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to welcome to our show today, Marybeth Welty. Marybeth is a seasoned expert in the realm of home and office design with over 15 years of rich experience spanning interior design, professional organizing, and sustainable building industries, holding the official title of a home and office design expert. Marybeth's impact extends far beyond mere aesthetics. She's a catalyst for change, having touched the lives of thousands through her work. By helping individuals and families transform their spaces, she initiates a ripple effect that influences various facets of their life, ultimately reaching countless others that they interact with. Her mission is clear: to empower women coaches, speakers, course creators, and entrepreneurs who find themselves overwhelmed and disorganized in their business endeavors. Marybeth's expert lies in crafting inspiring, efficient, profit-generating home offices. Through her guidance, her clients break free from chains of chaos, reduce distractions, enhance clarity of thought, elevate work quality, attract aligned clientele, and significantly boost their income. Ultimately, Marybeth's holistic approach paves the way for her clients to achieve the coveted trifecta of time, location, and financial freedom, enabling them to thrive as entrepreneurs while enjoying a fulfilling life. Oh my goodness, people are going to, if we were on a phone show, the phones would be ringing off the hook. How do I talk to Marybeth? How do I get her in my life? I can't begin to imagine how wonderful it is for you to see your clients change the design of their environment, which just envelops and rolls forward their growth exponentially in a variety of ways. Can you tell us, how did you come to this gold mine of opportunity for those of us who are entrepreneurs who are struggling with the chaos?
Yeah, so I think just like all of us, it has been an evolution. As you had said, I have over 15 years of experience in interior design, organizing, and sustainable building. I was in the interior design and sustainable building industry for about 10 years before I decided to start my own business. And in that 10 years, I was working on full house renovations, ripping down to the studs and building out complete new build homes, high-rise multi-unit residential buildings, and mixed-use buildings. And they were lovely and beautiful, but I realized that there was a disconnect between how people lived within the space once they moved in and how we actually designed it. And a big factor of that was the stuff that they were moving in, the quantity of things, and how much that would impact the air quality of the space. And then realizing that has to impact their stress levels, that has to impact their sleep. So when I started my business 5 years ago, I really wanted to start working with professional women on their home environments inside and how they live. And so I began doing that. We would do whatever it was that they needed to do to craft a space that supports their life, their health, their wellness, their relationships, their goals. And that could be everything from decluttering to organizing and creating systems that make sense for them,
Mm,
to restyling and redesigning the space, minor renovations like custom cabinetry or shelving or kitchen or bathroom reno. And over that time, I realized that there's two different types of professional women. There's the
okay.
professional woman that works for a company,
Yeah.
and then the professional woman that has her own business, the entrepreneur.
Right. Right.
And then of the entrepreneurs, there's the woman entrepreneur that has an office in a building, in
Hmm.
a company, or in an office building. And then
Right.
there's the female entrepreneur that's building her business from home. And so, what room in the home does the female entrepreneur building her business from there care about most? It's her
Okay.
workspace.
Yeah.
So I found myself into this avenue and helping female entrepreneurs purposefully craft a
Mm,
space that will help them grow a business. And yes, it's been so amazing. You know, I never expected to get to this niche, to this, pocket um, of support, but
yeah.
it is it's incredible how much the workspace influences
Mm,
every aspect of your business and how much then impact you can have on your clients, on your life, and on the people that you touch by having a workspace that is really conducive and supportive of your business growth.
so just some things that I think are really important that you shared that I think really will help the audience understand the depths of this work. When we initially um, shared and we talked, we what you did say was really important. Depending on the client's desire, basically, is what you said. You know, it doesn't sound like it's we're going to and help me out here, but it doesn't sound like you create, okay, we're going to get bins for organizing over at, wherever you buy your closet organizers and this kind of thing and that kind of thing. It sounds like you really tune in and work specifically with each client and what it is that they are coming to needing based on where they are in their workspace. Would that be accurate or expand on that? Could you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that is accurate. I have clients from everywhere from having a business to of 35
Mhm.
years and having women that have large spaces that they can designate to workspaces, like a 700 square foot space in their basement,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
to women that are just starting out and maybe they are going through career transition and they don't know
Mm,
what they want and they don't know if they even want to have a business, but they want something that's more flexible than going back to a corporate or government position. So,
okay.
absolutely, everything that I do is tailored specifically to the clients because we are all in different situations in our businesses, different stages of
Yeah.
business. Our businesses
Right.
naturally are different. The clients we
Hmm.
serve, the way we want to do business is different. Your brain is different. So each of us
Hmm.
think and process differently.
Right.
And then also the space that you're working with within your home is going to be different. Each home is slightly different. Even if you have one of those homes that are in a community where they're all very similar, right? Even that is going to be slightly different. Your furniture is different. Your
Right.
personal style is different. So
Right.
absolutely. And I do have a group program, and so I do
Mhm.
teach um, a breadth of topics around the workspace, both physical and digital, which people can apply to their own situation.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I give feedback. Then I give ideas and recommendations on, okay, I have them send me pictures of their space, like draw out a little floor plan of their space, and so on.
Okay.
So it is, even in a group program like that, and of course I work one-on-one as well, and that's even more
Mhm.
tailored to the person. But even in a
Sure.
group program like that, we do want to help the individual person with whatever their situation is and whatever their goals are for their business
Right.
and their life.
Love it. Love it. Um, does it vary in terms of time frames that people feel the chaos leave in terms of setting up their environment?
Yes, that's a really great question. So many people want to, especially entrepreneurs, we're so busy and we want things done yesterday, right? Especially if you're like, I'm going to hire a virtual assistant or I'm going to hire an organizer to organize me. We want it done now or yesterday, and we don't want to have to spend a ton of time on this. But
Right.
it does take, if you want to create actual change, if you want to
Mm,
craft a space that's intentional for you, for your business, for your brand, for your clients, for you to bring your highest quality of work to life, then that takes time. It does take time to develop those things. It takes time to tweak any systems that you're creating, because we can design a really beautiful space for you, but can you
right.
maintain it?
Mm,
The maintenance, that is where the brain is changing and the
right.
habits are changing. So we have to create a space that does make sense for you and that you can maintain. And
Love that.
therefore, that takes a lot of time and a lot of tweaking.
Mhm.
And some people are starting at different levels of clutter.
Right.
If someone is starting with a considerable amount of clutter, then we have to specifically take time to
Right.
work on decluttering first,
Right.
because
Yeah,
we
that makes
have to
sense.
create space for their business.
Yeah,
And and
that
I
makes
know from
sense.
I know from years of experience in helping clients declutter, that can be as quick as a few hours, like an afternoon, or it could take months, because it
Mhm.
depends on the quantity, but it also depends on how attached they are to it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. There are different levels for sure of what you're referring to as the attachment and other things that are underlying when it becomes clutter. And yes, I can certainly understand what you're saying. It takes, again, it's all individualized, but sounds like you provide a framework that they can work within and then for the group. And then there's also, you've got one-on-one and individual options for people to, depending on where they are and
Mhm.
what it is that their goal is, what it is that they're trying to achieve. I'm sure ties into it. So I can certainly see that what you do is way deeper than just organizing. There's attachment to it. I'm sure emotional stuff. I'm sure there's mind work being done. I'm sure there's all kinds of levels. That's why you do take all your years of beautiful experience and have moved in a direction that really probably fulfills your soul in many, many ways. I'm sure that you see your results tenfold when you get to work with your clients. What a beautiful gift. Because it is such a busy time where entrepreneurship in particular has grown exponentially, right, since 2020. I'm sure that you have noticed a big drive up with people out on their own trying to figure out. And when you are living in chaos, whether it's in your mind and in your office, it impacts your ability to have those results. Do you find that it is a challenge for women to reach out or to connect with you, because then they're feeling, because we're talking about redefining the significance of you time, of me time, right? So do you find that it's like, they start at a certain level where, yes, I just want you to help me organize my space, but don't understand how much deeper it goes? And do you find that women have any kind of resistance, or, wow, that's a lot of time for me, or I don't want to spend that much time looking at this because I've got a business to run, like you were saying before, I want it done yesterday? Is that a challenge for women to step back and go, this is important because it's for me, by me, because of me, and my space is a piece that is majorly influencing my success overall?
Yeah. And I absolutely love this question, because what you're touching on is, has so many layers, right? So if they are, the first part of that is a woman coming to me and admitting I need help,
Yeah,
right? And as
sure.
entrepreneurs, we are supposed to have these masks on all the time, that we are strong, we are confident, we are independent, we have our shit together, right? Like
Yeah,
we know what we're doing, and projecting leadership vibes and everything. So that's the first thing that can be a challenge, is for them to come and say, I don't have my shit together, I need
right.
help. And so it takes a level of honesty and a
Mm-hmm.
level of humility, in a sense. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, and I learned this really quickly from working on the whole home with women. So many people carry shame, embarrassment, you know, about their space. Don't come over right now, my place is a mess, right? You can't come over because my home is a disaster. Don't look at my kitchen, it's a mess, right? So
Right.
there's so much that, especially as women, we have been saddled with a lot of the home
Mm-hmm.
caretaking. And
Right.
so how much we can feel like we are already failing if
Yeah.
we don't have that together. So that's
Right.
definitely the first thing that is coming through for me in your question.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yes, the time factor is big. And I originally started out with my group program trying
Mm-hmm.
to get women into a 9-month program, because
Mm-hmm.
I knew that if they really want lasting change, it's going to take time.
Right.
And it's not just about making your office look pretty. It's also the digital environment, your files, your emails, your file sharing, your videos and photos, like, the live videos you're
Yes.
doing. How do you catalog those? How do you organize those?
Right.
All of your marketing assets, your time management and schedule, all of
Yeah.
these digital things that you need for your business, as well as your mental workspace. And what I call the mental workspace is all the brain functions that we need to do for our business,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
thinking, the contemplating, the strategizing and planning, the creativity, and remembering and innovating. We have to do all of
Mm-hmm.
these things in order to run a business. And if we can't focus, then we're not able to do those things.
Right.
And then you're not going to be effective. You're not going to be successful in what you're trying to do. So the level of time was a big obstacle or objection that I was
Yes,
getting from a lot
I
of
bet.
women.
Mm-hmm.
And so I condensed the program to 3 months. This is a 90-day program. It's an accelerator program. I am challenging you to play full out. Let's see how much you can get done. Put, your efforts into the 90 days, and I promise you're going to see huge results. And that has been so successful. And believe it or not, I have a huge percentage of women that go through the 90 days and want more. They renew.
Great.
They renew
Perfect.
for another 90 days or another 4 months or whatever it might be, depending on the time of year, because I offer different things depending on the time of year. So it is a huge Kickstarter to get them going.
Yep.
And so the time is definitely a factor. And as entrepreneurs, we are limited. That is a limited resource.
I love what you're saying, because it just goes to show that you meet the clients where they are. So that a program that's longer is going to give lifestyle change, but clients aren't ready for that. So you shifted and changed with all your body of knowledge and expertise around it. What a beautiful approach, because everybody wins. And like you say, my father, and I've said this on this show a number of times, but my father always used to say, Rome was not built in a day. And you mentioned before, entrepreneurs wanted it yesterday because they see things like this and their mind is everywhere and all of it. So we're already working against the natural propensity of majority of entrepreneurs. I'm not saying all, but there's already some underpinning commonalities in entrepreneurship that you have to work with and support in a way that has success in the end, right? So how could a workspace actually impact someone's business?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, that mental workspace, us needing to be able to think really well, really smoothly and efficiently, and be able to do all those mental functions. That is part of the workspace. So that's a mental workspace that we need to be able to work and function in really well. The mental workspace is then directly influenced by your environment. And many of us know chaos on the outside is going to translate directly into chaos on the inside in your mind. And if your mind is chaotic, you're not able to do all of these different things that your brain needs to do for your work. So creating first a physical environment, your physical surroundings of a workspace is huge. And that is specifically needing to consider how you would feel working in the space, how well it is organized for you to be able to access everything you need and quickly and smoothly, how inspiring it is for you. I want you to get up and be like, yes, I get to work every day, and sit down at your desk and feel so committed and ready.
Right.
But then it's also how other people are perceiving you and judging you. So when you're in a speaking engagement like this, when you're on a Zoom call, a discovery call, or you're teaching or you're networking. So how your surroundings look and making those look on brand. On brand for you and your business. So that way, when people are seeing you, this is the first time most of your audience has probably seen me. So when people see you, they think, wow, she's committed to her business. She's committed to her brand. I can trust her because I know she will be committed to me.
Right.
So crafting a physical environment that includes all of those things is intentional, and it is a purposeful environment. And then the digital workspace. So we have the mental workspace, the physical workspace, and the digital workspace.
Mm-hmm.
And digitally, as I said before, we have to have the files, the emails, your time management, your calendar, all of the different systems, your bookkeeping and
Right.
finance records, your marketing plan, your social media posting schedule, your how your lead and follow-up systems and generation. All of those things we have to have really dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to make six figures, if you want to sustain six figures, if you want to make seven figures and more, you have to have this kind of environment, physical,
Right.
mental, and mental environment that
Mm-hmm.
supports that level of business.
Right. Totally. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. One more question. How is building a business from home? Because a lot has switched to a home environment. How is that different than building a business in an office space inside a building? Because you work with a variety. But um, yeah, can you share a little bit about a few of those differences?
Yes. So this can be a really big transition, especially if someone is used to working in an office building, in
For
an
sure.
office space, and now is working from home. When you are working from home, you have complete control to a certain extent. Hopefully, you
Right.
have complete control over your space.
Yeah.
And so there can be lots of distractions by working from home.
Yeah.
I want to go sit on the sofa and watch a show on Netflix. I'm going to go take a nap between these things. I'm going to go get caught up on laundry or,
Yeah.
start cooking something. Whatever that might be, it can be very easy to get distracted. Now, in an office building, it can be easy to get distracted there too. There's often a lot of people and,
Of
talking to
course.
you and whatever. So it's just different distraction. Okay.
Right.
And
Fair.
so there can also be a different mentality that people feel about their business if they're building it from home. And what I mean
Mm-hmm.
by that is it is often an underlying subconscious belief that because they're building their business from home, it's not as legitimate as if it were in an office
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
And
I
that
would
is
say that's
a limiting
yeah.
belief that we have to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
in today's day and age, with so many entrepreneurs now, and especially after COVID, how many new businesses were
Yeah.
started,
Yeah.
and the technology that we have at our fingertips, it is
Mm-hmm.
completely doable to have
Right.
a very uh, profit generating
Mm-hmm.
business that
Mm-hmm.
provides you more than the lifestyle that you dream of.
Yeah.
And we can be doing that from home. It does not have to
Mm-hmm.
be in an office building.
Right.
So the building the business from home, we have to work on that mindset of my business is not less credible. It is not less professional. It is not less important
Mm-hmm.
than
Mm-hmm.
a business in an office building. And you're saving thousands and tens of thousands of
Yeah.
dollars by not leasing an office space.
Right.
And so let's focus on your workspace at home, because if you did have an
Mm-hmm.
office in a building, you would be buying purposeful, intentional, nice
Yeah.
looking furniture. You would
Yeah.
be branding and decorating the space to welcome clients, and you would have all kinds of different things like a little kitchen, you'd have a washroom, all the
Yeah.
different things. So let's invest some of that into our home workspace
Mm-hmm.
and still be saving thousands of dollars because you're not leasing another space,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. What a great concept. I see how that ties together beautifully. And I think you've just given an opportunity for those who are going to be watching and who are watching that there is an opportunity for us to reframe our thinking around our businesses, no matter where you run your business or how you run your business. The opportunity is you have a business. So let's be business leaders. And what is it we're going to do to ensure that we have your trifecta of time, finance, and freedom, right? So thank you so much, Marybeth, for all these. I said I did a quick little intro in my Instagram, and I didn't get it posted yet. And I'm like, there are golden nuggets. Well, I wasn't wrong. There are beautiful golden nuggets in our conversation today. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here today. I want to have you say exactly what it is. I know you've got a really great opportunity coming up for those who want to jump in. It's in March, and I do have the link in the show notes, but I would love to have you explain a little bit more of what it is and how people can access it when they jump into the show notes below. So can you share a little bit about what's coming up in March that people really need to hone in on and jump in on?
Yes, thank you. So I am doing my free mini course. It's a 3-day mini course called The 3 Keys to Optimize Your Home Office. I'm doing that next week, March 5th, 6th, and 7th from 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific. That's
Okay.
6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, I think, and to do the time difference.
Yeah, I
But
hear you.
so each day I'm going to be covering a different key, the mental workspace, the physical workspace, and the digital workspace, and how these 3 things are so important for you to create a successful business and how we can actually craft those things to suit you, your business, your brand, and your brain.
Love it.
So would love to have everyone that is
Yeah.
interested join me for those 3 days.
Yep. Thank you so much. And again, the link for that is in the show notes. She is going to give even deeper gold nuggets. And you don't have to work very hard. You just have to listen and be ready with a pen and paper in hand. And you will gather what you need as starting points, or maybe you've started and it's never held. Marybeth is your go-to to make sure that this is a long-term switch for you if you are a entrepreneur working through home. I am sure that it might benefit anybody who isn't working at home, or if they're thinking about opening up and don't have an entrepreneur, haven't started, but it's in the back of the mind. I would imagine that attending would allow you an opportunity to think before and get great resources and great information before you even start through that gate. You've been mulling on it for a while. So if that's you, make sure you sign up, because you will be ahead of the game with Marybeth's opportunity there. So thank you again for being here with us today. Wealth of knowledge, and I'm so grateful that we've connected and I've got a chance to have a conversation with you. Thank you so much for being here with us or watching the replay. Any questions, put them in the show notes. There are comments available. We'll be happy to answer anything that comes up for anyone. Make sure you sign up for Marybeth's mini course coming up next week. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, make sure you do, because you do not want to miss the incredible conversations like this one. There is always gold found in our conversations. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Thanks again, Marybeth.
Thank you.